You try to eat healthy, but sometimes you're just too busy to cook. Sometimes when you go to the grocery stores or gas stations, you notice on the shelves meal replacement shakes, and you think to yourself two thoughts. One, that's pretty convenient. If I can replace a meal with a liquid drink that I don't have to prepare, that's great, that's very convenient. Two, is it healthy? That's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, whether or not it's as healthy as it claims. First, let's give a definition of what meal replacement shakes are. A lot of people equate meal replacements with protein shakes, but they are not the same thing. To replace a meal, it has to contain what a meal contains. Meals are rarely pure protein. Meals are well mixed, they're balanced. They have protein, yes, but they also have carbs, fats, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. So a meal replacement shake contains all those things as well. It's not just a protein shake, which is only protein. Meal replacement shakes really have two purposes. One is weight loss or weight maintenance, and two, convenience. Of course, it's much more convenient to just shake up a drink it down, and not have to prepare or cook anything or wash dishes. The first question people often have about meal replacement shakes is, do they work for weight loss? It is not quite a simple answer as yes or no. There are certain factors that you have to take into account. One great benefit of meal replacement shakes is that if you're a calorie counter, they're very easy to count calories. It says so on the label. Whereas if you have, a piece of chicken, you don't really know how many calories are in that chicken. You know how many calories are in an average chicken, but not necessarily in your chicken. If you have a cup of rice, you know how many calories in general are in a cup of rice, but you don't know how many are in your cup of rice. With meal replacement shakes, you know exactly how many are in that bottle. Another factor that influences whether or not you lose weight with it is how full do they keep you. Maybe they only have 200 calories, but a real meal for you is 600 to 800 calories. However, for how long do they keep you full? If you drink it, but within a half an hour you want to eat again, maybe it's not going to help you lose weight. Maybe it's extra calories that are going on top of what you would have eaten anyways, not instead of. So that's another factor. Generally speaking, meal replacement shakes that are higher in fiber and higher in protein keep you fuller longer. And a third factor is, do you drink them mindfully? This is not so much a nutritional factor, but more of a logistical or behavioral factor. In other words, if you drink that shake while you're working or while you're swiping your phone, you have a memory of, I was working or I was swiping my phone while I was drinking. It's not a distinct event in your memory. However, if the only thing you're doing is you're drinking it mindfully, you're not doing anything else, you're not reading a newspaper, watching TV, or scrolling your phone, or working, and you're just drinking it, enjoying the flavor, then it registers as a separate event. I sat down to eat, or in this case, drink. So these are three factors that will influence whether or not they work for weight loss or not for you. The next question people ask is, are meal replacement shakes healthy? And again, this is not just a clear-cut yes or no. The question is really on a continuum. It's a question of what are they replacing? Because a meal replacement shake replaces a meal. Now the deeper question is, what meal is it replacing? If it's replacing a salad with chicken and maybe olive oil, no dressing, no croutons, etc., well, the salad is probably better. However, if it's replacing a burger and fries, well, the meal replacement shake is probably better than that. So it's not a question of good or bad, it's worse than or better than. Now, who are meal replacement shakes good for? They're good for people deliberately trying to lose weight, and they need to know the calorie count without having to look up averages online. Because again, on average, a cup of rice has X number of calories, but you don't know if your cup of rice has the same number of calories. But this, you can guarantee that that bottle has that many calories that it says on the label. It's also great for people who are busy and just need a quick meal, and that's relatively a balanced meal. It's also particularly good for seniors who have a low appetite and have a hard time just eating enough because their appetite is just not high enough to keep up with that. This is mostly for seniors who are losing weight without trying. Usually it's not body fat, it's usually muscle mass. So there are a million different meal replacement shakes out there. Are there certain meal replacement shakes that are superior to others? Yes, there are. And rather than naming specific brands or labels, I'm going to give you criteria to keep in mind when selecting meal replacement shake. There are two major criteria that make a meal replacement shake good or not good. One, high protein, and two, high fiber. What makes a meal replacement shake high in protein? If it has more than 15 grams of protein per serving. What makes it high in fiber? 5 grams per serving or more. Now maybe a small bottle doesn't have that, but if you have 2 bottles or 3 bottles, maybe it'll cross that threshold. And that's what makes it healthy or unhealthy. Now yeah, there are considerations about artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors, etc. However, those are very, very minor in the grand scheme of things. The two major things are high protein and high fiber. Everything else is majoring in the minor. Now, of course, using those two criteria, you could make your own meal replacement shake and drink it up, not in necessarily one sitting, but you can make enough for a week. And here is your general template for making your own meal replacement shake. 1, have some kind of base, whether that's water, almond milk, regular milk, or something else. Add a scoop of protein powder to it. Add berries and seeds for fiber. So blueberries, raspberries, blackberries are your best choices. This will make it high fiber and high protein. For example, a cup of blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries has between 6 to 9 grams of fiber, and a scoop of protein powder has between 25 and 30 grams of protein. So that's how you can make your own. Now, granted, this negates the great benefit of meal replacement shakes, that it's convenient in that it's taking you time to make it and you have to wash the blender afterwards. However, again, if you make enough for a few days in a row, every other time you drink it, besides the first time, you'll still have the benefit of convenience. If you like this video, I have lots more information just like this in my free exercise and nutrition newsletter for people over 50. If you click on the link in the description below, you'll have the opportunity to subscribe to that newsletter, and you always have the option of unsubscribing. Thank you and goodbye.